Okay, so quick summary of this weekend. We came up here on Friday night, and it was just about dark when we got here. And we were unpacking and, putting stuff away, getting stuff ready for bed, making up the bed. And we were just starting to put the sheets in the bed, when all of a sudden Mitzi's like, "Ah!" and like jumps up on the bed. Look down, and on the carpet is this big old snake skin right in our bedroom. So we're like, crap. So we're like looking stuff up, and we did figure out that it's not a venomous snake that was in our camper. A venomous snake, I guess. So what we came up with, or what we found, was that once you get past the butt part of the snake and get down to the end of the tail, in between there, if it's a non-venomous snake, the scales, there's 2 rows of them, whereas a venomous snake, with the exception of a coral snake, which we don't have around here, a venomous snake will have a single row. Non-venomous has 2 rows of scales. So ours had 2 rows, so we're like, okay, well, at least it's not venomous, but where the hell is this snake? So we looked through all the cabinets and through all the underneath the bed and pulled out there's a storage thing underneath the bed. We're going through all that. Didn't find any signs of a snake. So all right, so we went to bed. Then the next morning, I was standing outside. Mitzi was standing in the doorway, and we're talking a little bit, and she looks over, and above the window is another snake skin. Like, it went up above the kitchen. It was hanging down from the blinds that were on the kitchen window, and went up and went down. So it basically climbed up behind the coffee maker onto the kitchen window and shed its skin as it was going up, as it wrapped around up there. And this one was even bigger. So I'll put a picture in the video of 2 snake skins that we found, but we think it's a black snake. We think he probably came in there maybe, I don't know how long ago. We haven't been up here since the middle of July. So it's been almost 3 months since we've been here, so anything could have happened. But a couple of mice apparently had moved in. We found a couple of nests, and some mouse poops or whatever around that we had to clean up. But we think maybe the mice attracted the snake. He came in and like hung out for a while and ate mice in our camper. Because when I opened up the lid of the stove, there was a big snake poop of whatever was left of the mouse. So it's kind of gross. But we got that all cleaned up, and there doesn't appear to be any snakes around anymore. So I guess they ate the mice and then figured, okay, pantry's empty, we're heading on out. So yesterday we spent a lot of time, I weed whacked because everything was grown up. Weed whacked all around the camper to make it less snake friendly, because we did have a lot of high grass growing around the camper, and got that all looking nice again and cleared up. And then we also spent a lot of time going through our trail cam. One of our trail cams, as you remember, stopped working, but we did get a new one that I got to put up today before we leave. But the other trail cam in the back we've had up the whole time, and we had over almost 1,500 files on there, which half of which is video and half of which is pictures. And so we're going through, and we found some really cool stuff with like a whole freaking raccoon party going on. They were all wrestling and playing. Bunch of shots of turkeys. Of course, like 90% of them are deer. But there was a coyote again showed up. We got a couple of good shots of the fox this time, or a fox. I don't know if it's the same one that we see a blur of all the time, but he's always going the same direction. He's always looking that way and goes that way. So we never really see his face, but there is finally a couple of shots where he is standing there long enough to get a decent picture of before he moves on. And then we're going through, and this was in between weed whacking and stuff, so we take a break. We took a walk around the property, and then came back, and we're going through some more clips of video, and we were taking turns like clicking through them, and Mitzi's going through, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's a bear." I was like, "Nah," I thought she was totally playing with me. I was like, "Whatever." She's like, "No, really, I swear, come look, it's a bear." I was like, I totally thought she was putting me on. So I get up and go look at the, at the laptop, and here's this big old bear right back there. And that was on August 16th. So we got, and this was at night, so there was a picture of him walking past and then some video. It's mainly just his video, which is just his butt as he goes by, and then walking off into the woods. But then 4 days later, on August 20th, he shows up again during the daytime. We got a good picture. Still at the side and his head's turned, but you can see how big he is. And then he turns and starts walking towards the camera, but he's kind of off the edge. You never see his face. You just see kind of his big burly side. And I'll put some clips up of this stuff. But so we got now Bear walking around here on our camper. At least we did a couple months ago. So yeah, more stuff. Fox, deer, raccoon, bears, coyote, possums. Oh, and Littlefecker's back. We're pretty sure it's a flying squirrel. There's one where he actually comes flying right towards the camera, so I'll show you that too. So today we've just been whittling. We're trying to make spoons out of some sticks that that Mitzi found a sycamore branch that had fallen down, and she went out there this morning and drug it up here, and then I got the axe out and chopped it in some manageable size pieces, and we're gonna try to whittle or carve some small spoons. So it's just been a relaxing day today. The last couple hours, you've just been sitting outside listening to music and whittling. So it's been cool. But we're gonna have to get going here probably the next couple hours and get home, get back to the grind. But that's a good weekend. Like I said, we walked around the property a bunch yesterday, got some hedge apples. We found 3 hedge apples, so we're gonna bring those home. We also found the spot where we think we wanna build the house, our straw bale and cob home. You know, we're still ways off from that yet financially, but the straw bale and cob make it a lot more feasible because it's a cheaper way to build. And so we picked out the general area where we think it's gonna go. So good weekend up at the property. Pretty relaxing except for snakes and bears. So hope you all are having a good day. Thanks for checking out the video. Namaste.